welcome to Two Queens and Crystal Things, the podcast where we are on some manifest your life, shift your mind,
Come on now,
and raise the consciousness type of shit. I am Christy.
and I am Mia, and you can consider us your spiritual girlfriends for the next hour. So, okay, you guys, last week we talked about sacrifice versus suffering.
Mm-hmm.
And again, suffering is the surrender or destruction of something prized or desirable
Yep.
for the sake of, sacrifice. This is sacrifice. For the sake of something considered as having a higher or more pressing claim. So basically, we will sacrifice something in the short term because we have a bigger vision for our lives.
Yep.
Okay? So there's a difference between suffering, because suffering is where we are choosing pain.
Yep.
There's a difference.
It's a choice.
So I want you to think about sacrifice is I am choosing what I really want as opposed to settling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I hope you all like the episode. If you haven't had a chance to listen to it, please. There was so much to unpack there.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into what we're talking about today, Christy, can we give some shout outs to our listeners?
Absolutely.
So Christy and I are looking at the countries where our listeners are coming from. And you guys,
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know.
We're speechless. Like,
For
we were
real.
looking through and like,
Wait,
really?
when did this happen? So obviously, U.S., which is where most of our listeners come from. But we want to shout out to our listeners in UK,
Yes.
Canada, Australia, Germany, Trinidad and Tobago. I need to go to Carnival. The
Ooh,
Philippines,
that'll be fun.
Israel. I need to go back there too. I got some great jewelry. from there.
Sweden.
Yes.
France.
Y'all know that's where I think I live anyway.
UAE, because I don't know how to pronounce it.
UAE, that's right.
Virgin Islands, Portugal, Australia, Switzerland, South Africa, Norway.
Ireland. Y'all, Ireland, come on. We are so excited. Japan,
Shout out to Japan.
Denmark, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Seychelles.
Man.
I heard it's beautiful there. I need
I
to go.
hear it's beautiful too.
New Zealand, Italy, Spain. Wait, didn't you go to the Netherlands?
Yes, we did.
Well, we got
Netherlands and Barcelona.
And we got some good places. The Bahamas, Namibia, the Czech Republic. You guys, thank you.
Shout out to you guys in India. Finland, Hungary, Serbia, Poland, Bulgaria, Brazil, Bermuda. I'm making sure I'm speaking because this, you know how Mia does. She likes to get me drunk. Bermuda, Barbados, Kenya, Russia, Indonesia, Belgium,
Slovakia. I saw you pause. You're like
Chile, Thailand.
Yes.
Shout out to Thailand.
And a lot of these places I need to make
I mean, there are
I need to book
so.
some
I mean, we
tickets.
could be talking about this all night, but we just really wanted to send you all a huge shout out and thank you for your support. This is amazing.
So thank you guys. Okay.
Yes, we really.
So Christy, what are we talking about today?
Okay, so today we are talking about living authentically, and this was. I feel like this is. Oh, I mean, a lot of this is us.
It's
I
just
feel like-
us living.
yeah, a lot of
This
this
is us
is
living our
just,
life.
Yeah, like experiences that we've gone through or things that we've had to overcome. So living authentically. And instead of telling you what I think it is, I want to ask you all something. So have you ever been in a relationship, and it can be romantic or it can be platonic, but where you held back, whether it was you played dumb because you didn't want to appear like overly like knowing everything, or even personality wise, like you might be a funny person.
I've definitely done my life.
And you're like, oh, let me just be really subdued. And let me pretend to be normal.
I'm just going to get weirder and finer.
Right. But I'm sure like all of us have felt that fear of being our true self. And I mean, I feel like this is my life story because I tend to be very silly. I don't show that side to everyone. Or even just feeling like you do too much. If you do too much, you do you, boo. But that's what we're going to discuss today. It's just living authentically.
Guys, think about it. So many of us are out here living for everyone but ourselves.
Exactly.
Making sure everyone is comfortable. Everybody is good except us. We're making sure everyone is happy and but us. So we want to shift our mindsets and to remember to live for us, live for yourself, live for you first.
Yeah.
This life that we've been blessed with is for us to live, to thrive, to enjoy. You know the beautiful thing that I when I think about this is the creator has no need to repeat a code.
Yeah.
So there is only one of you. Because if it's already created,
so
there's
beautiful.
no need for, like, I've already meant that's manifested, and we're gonna live through that one. I don't need to repeat that.
The mold has been broken.
Right. So know that you are. There's only one like you. People may have similarities, but there is only one you, and it is our responsibility.
Yes.
To live our lives to the fullness of who we are.
And I'm going to say our birthright too. But many of us just don't do that.
You know what I mean?
And I have to admit, so for several years, I dumbed down like a lot of like who I am to appease other people or to make them feel comfortable.
What we believe is to make people
Right.
feel comfortable. That's we jumping all in people's head. Like, I think this will make people feel comfortable. I don't want to hurt anybody. I
Don't want to
give a fuck
scare
about
anybody.
shit.
Like, and even just like the whole spiritual piece, because it was when I was like 15, 16 that I started to like see things, and there was only one person that I shared with, and that was Heather. But anyone else, I just didn't talk to, and I hid that part of me because I was afraid. Like, I didn't want people to think that I was crazy, so I just tried to fit in. I tried to pretend like I was quote unquote normal. I tried to like dumb myself down.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until like how old am I now?
Right. Like, real talk.
Mid-40s, and I'm finally at a point where fuck it. I am going to be me.
Like, what do you say? Like, y'all remember the brand FUBU?
Yes.
Look, I'm like, some of y'all might have no
Right.
idea what that is.
I
But
know.
there's a brand FUBU, and
Back
it's
in
still
the day.
for us by us.
For us, by us.
So let's get back to that. When we say for us by us, talking about living your life for you,
Yes. By
designed
you.
by you.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
So what does living authentically mean to you?
okay. So I love this topic, Christy, because again, it's like peeling back the onion. I have a new understanding of what it means to live authentically. So for me, where I am with this is, excuse me, feeling safe within myself to
That part.
just be who I am. And I've taken away this idea of guilt or shame that what I'm doing is hurting anyone, because I understand intention. There is not one intention in my body, in my soul, in my spirit that wants to hurt, harm, stop, pause anyone. So I allow myself to just live and be who I am, and I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah.
And I'm not thinking about whether or not I'm hurting anyone, because that is never my intention. So if my intention is to literally spread love, what am I worried about something else for?
But have you always gotten, like, have you always been at that place?
No. I know for sure. I have dimmed my life. I have played dumb. I have played stupid. I have
Because let me tell you, Mia is a comedian. On her part-time job, it's like Mia is on the stage, Showtime, every 30 minutes.
Hey,
Mia is hilarious.
Tip your waiters and waitresses, you guys. I'm serious, because I'm goofy, I'm silly, I'm serious, I'm all of that.
Yeah.
And so to me, living authentically is allowing myself to be whatever it is that I am in that moment, because I know
I like that.
the intention of it is so pure behind it. Like, it's just, And I love it. Yeah. It's so fun.
Allowing what does it mean yourself to be in that moment.
Yes.
I love that.
Because, you know, I'm a shapeshifter. So I can be whatever it is that I need to be in that moment. And when I allow myself to be that, it feels absolutely fabulous.
Yeah. Well, you know, in the Bible where it says that there's a time, like a time to dance, a time
yes.
And I honestly, like, I do feel like that's in life. Like, can't go into work acting a fool, because I can be very goofy. I don't necessarily show that side to a lot of people, but there's a time and a place for everything.
Absolutely.
There's a time and a place for everything. But I remember my first marriage, went out with him and out with his boys, and I was, you know,
doing you, having a good old time. I was
having a good time. I'm over here tap dancing, you know, trying to, you know, rack up some laughing points. And afterwards, I remember my ex-husband was like, you're doing too much. Like, you need to just...
Can we talk about that statement? Oh, that is so devastating for someone to say you're doing too much.
And so I stopped.
You
so
just
I was
shut
like,
down.
Every time that I would go out with him and be around his friends, I just wouldn't say anything. I would just sit there and look.
The way that I look at that now, when someone, you know, would express that, no, you know, to say that to somebody, it's, your light is too bright and I can't handle it.
Exactly.
So I don't know any other way to say that. And you know, I don't like the attention being on you because I'm uncomfortable. I don't feel good in myself. So if I'm with you and you are, you know, being who you are, letting your light shine, you know, just having a good old time. Everybody's laughing and having a good time. That's something that they have to deal with.
And I'm learning that now.
You know, and that statement really, like, that shuts people down. Yeah. Like, are you doing too much?
And I remember he told me, he was like, you're just like, you're doing too much. Because I like to have fun. And I enjoy making people laugh more than...
me too.
Oh my gosh.
I so enjoy it, and I love laughing.
I do too.
Why?
Because if I make you laugh, then you make me laugh, and I love it.
What is it about hearing other people laugh that makes you laugh?
I love it. And it's contagious, and so
it is.
Whenever we would go out, I would just act a fool. He was like, "You're doing too much," so I just shut down, and I stopped just being me.
So what happens is we start deciding who we start compartmentalizing our personality.
Exactly.
So with this person, I can only be like this. With this person, I can show this. With this person, I can only show this. So, living authentically, who I am does not adjust according to who's around me. Who I am is who I be. It's who I be. It's who I am.
It's who I am. And if you don't like it, I mean, that's funny because I remember back then I was really, really hurt. So I was just like, okay, I won't be so extra. But now I'm like, fuck you. I'm about to tap dance. You like this show? You like this move?
And it doesn't change. Like, who I am does not need. I no longer feel the need to adjust who I am according to who's in the room. Now, let's be clear. I do understand decorum.
Yes, absolutely. Like you should.
Right, but that doesn't mean that I shut a piece of myself down.
There's a time and a place for everything.
There's a time and a place for everything. Absolutely.
There's a time and a place.
But who I am is who I am.
Yep. And I will say that now the type of people that I surround myself with are the type of people who love me and support me regardless. Like, they know me. So it's just like, you know, I don't have to be, they accept me for me regardless.
So how do you live authentically? And I'm so glad you brought that up, because how do you live more authentically and be present within yourself? So one of the things that I'm saying exactly what you just said, Chrissy, that I want to bring up is surrounding yourself with people.
Not just people.
Fuck with you.
Real people.
Right? Who make you feel safe to be who you are.
And don't judge you.
If you find yourself around people who you feel like you need to be something else, you have to cut off a piece of yourself. You might want to rethink that relationship and And just, understand how it is that that's affecting you. Because let me tell you something. Ooh, y'all. I'm not even going to lie. I got some spiritual... Man, let me tell you something about these women in my life. Y'all, I'm trying to tell you. I got some hitters. And that will, like Christy... my girlfriend Kelly, my girlfriend Maja. Like, I have some people in my life that spiritually see me. And so
and
when
they see the vulnerable parts of you. I'm sorry, I can't talk. The vulnerable part, yeah.
So when you have people around you, when they see you kind of going away from you, they're like, "Excuse me, sis, what you doing over there, baby?" That's no. We don't do that. And being and feeling free and happy and authentic enough within yourself where you can fill somebody else up. I never feel like me filling up my girlfriends takes anything away from me. Right. It's like, my friend, with your fine ass, what the hell wrong with you? Remember, like, what'd you say the video you sent me, like, girl, do you know who you are?
Oh, yeah.
You know how to transmute energy. You a whole witch. Girl, dry your tears and...
Right. Get the fuck up.
Get up!
It's okay. Like,
what you forgot who you were.
I forgot.
Let me remind you, someone who's going to build you and not be like, you crazy. You used to be like, no, bitch, you are beautiful. You are fine. You are powerful. Like, come on. Like, go ahead, cry it out. Yeah, I know. But my job is to remind you who you are. And when you have people in your life like that, because some people... and I can say this, like, that I have allowed in my life, they feel better when you're down, because...
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
those people are cut off.
It is so interesting because you know what's so difficult about that is they like being there for people. So when you're having that down moment, they are that friend, just like, oh, I know. But as soon as you're better, as soon as you're okay, it's like their whole attitude changes. And so surround yourself with people to help you live authentically. If some people, they do this in isolation, and some people, they do this in relationships. Surround yourself with people who give you this space, who see you, who provide that opportunity for you to be whoever the hell you are in that moment, and still gonna love you and remind you you're a queen. Or a king, or a goddess, or whatever it be, let it be.
Yeah. And so how do you live authentically? I think another way, we talked about being present. Another way is, honestly, I practicing mindful and self-awareness, which is, I feel like, is the same. But, like, how do you feel? Like, I've been in situations where I'm like, this is not me.
Yes.
But I'm playing this role.
Oh my God. Okay, let's talk about that. So I love that, Chrissy, because sometimes when you allow yourself to live authentically, when you start to be something that is inauthentic, your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit, your energy, like, your emotions.
This is not it.
It doesn't feel right. You're like, wait a minute. It doesn't feel right. And when you trust yourself and you allow yourself to live authentically, you listen to that. It's like, this is not for me. This is not my realm. This is not my space. I don't feel safe here. I don't feel free here. Whatever it may be, but it's only after you start practicing authenticity that you're able to identify what is inauthentic for you.
Yep.
And I love how you said this, like becoming a witness to your own thoughts, actions, and behaviors, like observing yourself.
Because you feel it. For me, I know I feel it. And for me, like, okay, I'll just use this as an example. So my work personality, my work persona is completely different than who I am.
God, professional decorum.
Right. But I know in meetings, I'm like, yeah, this isn't really me. But, okay, so if you can go ahead and send me the timeline, I can go ahead and, like, I get that. I feel myself, I can feel that it's not necessarily me being.
So wait, do you honestly feel like it's not you being your full authentic self, or is it or do you feel like
I feel like I'm playing a role.
you feel like you're playing a role?
Yeah. But I feel like it's different for the workplace than
I say it
personal.
shouldn't be different.
But see, you know, I honestly, I do feel like workplace persona, you know, you have to be professional and all of those things. And that could just be me being in my head. But for me, just being present. So when you are present and when you are mindful and self-aware of your actions, you are more mindful and you can realize like, okay, these actions and these behaviors, sorry you guys, these actions and these behaviors are not necessarily like me organically, but this is just in this space and time where I have to.
Okay, so wait, no, for real, let's get into it, because there's so many of our queens and kings out there who are still working 9 to 5. So how do you show up authentically?
I still show up
yourself,
authentically,
you know?
but well, you know, so I'll be honest. So the people that I work with, we cuss.
Y'all know I got a party mouth.
Yeah, we curse in our meetings, and I think once someone cursed in our meeting, and I like, because you guys know that I have this new job, I was really like, I was thinking like, oh, okay, I actually feel like I'm in a place where I can feel comfortable, because sometimes it's just like, you know what, this shit does not make sense.
So I'm gonna tell you something I'm thankful for Gen Z for. As a Gen Xer, I know y'all be trying to act like millennials act like they run everything, but as a Gen Xer, one thing I really appreciate about the Gen Z generation, they are not fucking playing.
No.
I get paid for 40 hours. You would not give 40 and a half. You would not give 41.
They're like,
you would not
enough.
give 40.25. Sir.
And I will be negotiating my salary.
And
I'll be negotiating
it's like they
my
know
remote
their
work.
value. They know so much more than we went. Like, we went in, like, we have to impress them when they came in knowing, no, you need me.
Yeah.
Girl!
It's like, no, you need me.
Do you know how long it took me to get to that? Like, that was like that's
Wait, so is Kai a Gen Xer?
Kai's Gen Z.
Gen Z.
We're Gen X.
Wait, we're Gen
X.
We're Gen X.
We're Gen X. You're born in the 70s, baby. Just like your sis over here. We're Gen X, yes.
Okay, we're Gen X. And then
our kids are Gen Z.
Gen Z. And then who's the millennials in between?
Yes.
Okay.
Like the 30-year-olds.
Got it. All right.
The kids born in like the 90s.
Got it. I'm telling you,
They're
guys,
like
she's
turning
over here
30.
trying to get me drunk.
But no, so one thing I really do appreciate about this generation as a whole, if I could make a sweeping generalization,
Right.
is they understand their value. So having the discussion, that's
is
what I'm
so
talking about in
interesting.
the workplace.
Yeah.
There's never a discussion of how do I show up authentically in this place. Like as a generation, I am who the hell I am. Wherever I be, and this is me. And that was something that we've had to learn
I'm
over
still working
time.
on that in the workplace.
And so that's why I said in the workplace, let's talk about that, because that's a real thing. I think a lot of companies are doing so much to try to figure out, how do I create a space where people can be authentically who they are? Because, and I'm not even going to get into this BS, but in terms of when we talk about diversity,
right,
in corporate America,
diversity, inclusion,
right? But so one of the things that they talk about now is diversity of thought and mind and values. Mm-hmm. Because this world is that people are understanding this is not a homogenous place.
No.
So if I need to speak to everybody, I need at least somebody who represents everybody. So that's one of the things that I think is beautiful about this generation. They understand, like, baby, I understand you need to sell to me and my people, so I know who I am. Mm-hmm. For some of us that have, for the Gen Xers and some millennials too, we were just taught different. So we're learning how to be authentic in these spaces, especially in these corporate spaces that we didn't build.
Yeah. No, I see that.
It's a it's
That's
an
so
adjustment
interesting.
and a
So
change.
the way that my mind thinks, and I'm going off tangent, but I'm going to get right back on path. I guess the thing is, like, how do we get off? Like, what changed between the parents who had the millennials or the Gen X, no, Z?
That's what they taught us. I'm gonna tell you what it was.
I know that we were taught that way.
Absolutely.
But what is it about us teaching the Gen Z?
Because we were tired as hell.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
We got it. We figured it out. Like, wait a minute, hold on. This math ain't mathing. So what you expect me to do is come into
Let me
here.
carry the one. Boop, 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 boop.
The decimals aren't lining up. And so when we start to, as Gen Xers, we start to understand and accept our authenticity and our voice, we're having children.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're telling our children. So these children now, these Gen Zers, they're getting a whole different conversation. We're telling our children, don't let anybody tell you who you are. You are who you are. You decide who you are. You speak life over it. Like, nobody was saying this to us when we were growing up. And that's no judgment on our parents. What our parents were doing was setting us up for what they were taught was success.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? Now that I think about it, it's almost like that. Remember that game, The Operator?
Operator.
And how things kind of pass from one person to the next person to the next person.
Wait, you mean changed. Telephone?
Operator telephone.
Right, because there is a game, Operator. You know where they put
I know that one with the tweezers, but maybe it was telephone.
It's telephone. I know what you're talking about.
You know, when it passes from one person and the message gets diluted and gets changed. So I guess that's kind of the way that's, happening through the generations. I'm sorry, my mind was just like, how did it happen? But also, thank you. But also another thing is, like, investigating your family belief systems is one of the things that will help you. And it may just mean that you are either going to maintain that family belief system or you're going to step out of that family belief system in order to feel like you are living authentically. Something to be mindful of.
I think when I think of that, I think it's being mindful of the values that you were raised with. Sometimes we don't even take the time to look at, this is how I was raised, so this is where I came from. Yeah. Does this feel good to me? Does this resonate for me? Or am I trying to fit a circle, in a square peg? Or you know what I mean?
And that's what I was saying. Or step out of those beliefs. Because I was raised like very strict Christian beliefs to do things a certain way. Okay, I'm going to tangent a little bit. In high school, there were some girls that wanted to fight me because of some boys that I feel like I might have talked about this in one of the episodes, but wanted to fight me because of this guy, boys that I was dating. And my parents taught me to just walk away, tell the teacher, find a different path, go to your classes in a different route. And
run away.
Exactly. But now I'm in a place in my life where I'm like, fuck that. No, I'm tired of running away. I'm not doing that anymore. And I'm not going to teach my daughter how to do the same.
Exactly. That's
what
happens.
You fucking have a problem with me? Tell me in my face and we can discuss this as a intellectual adult.
And more importantly, I'm not out here trying to hurt anybody.
Right.
There's literally never, ever. So oftentimes, I saw this girl on IG. This woman, excuse me, she said, you know how when you're dating somebody and their baby mama or ex-girlfriend is upset with you, and she was like, and once you mess with them, excuse my French, y'all, but the D is trash. She said, girl, we both got traumatized. Girl, you need to come be my friend. Hug it out. Girl, I was dying laughing. She was like, what? We both experienced the same trauma. What you mad for?
We both experienced this trash.
And I just thought it was so liberating. And you know what though? Again, Gen Z, different attitude. I feel like they are less and less. They are less and less They don't compare themselves.
Right. Yeah.
We're like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a different. I mean, oh my goodness.
There's more freedom. Like, I feel like they're more liberated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's a beautiful thing. So being able to live authentically means you feel free
To just be.
And oftentimes the problem is when we feel like somebody else is supposed to give us that freedom. It's almost like we feel like we're locked away and we need the guard to open the gate and say, okay, you're free to be.
Baby,
that would never happen. You got the keys. It's like your self-imposed
Got the keys. Right. Self-imposed imprisonment.
Chrissy just started doing the bankhead bounce. Got the keys.
Look, she got me drunk, tipsy.
First of all, I'm a lady. We
You
don't
know how
get
Mia
drunk.
does.
We are
Inebriated.
How did she know that? First of all, I don't get drunk. I'm inebriated. No, seriously. We were having our little discussion.
Right.
But now here's another thing, you guys. Learning how to differentiate between the influences that you are getting from outside of you and what's truly coming from within you.
Yeah, like my ex-husband was like, you're doing too much.
So sometimes we internalize things that people say about us, or direction that's being given, or
That's right.
how we define ourselves. We are basing it on what someone else is saying. So we need to learn how to differentiate. Wait, is that me? This thinks this? That believes this? Is that my value? Does that resonate with me? Or is that something that I am allowing from the outside in to have influence over how I act and think and believe of who I am? Let me tell you something. It is something so beautiful and freeing about the moment you take back your life. Because really, if you look at this like a game, you guys, life is a game. And if you look at this life like a game and you start saying to yourself, like, you know what? I'm not going to let anybody handle my joysticks. Like, I'm going to pick up my own controller. Like, get off my game. Let me take control of this game. Let me put on my little Oculus helmet. Give me back my stuff. And I'm stepping into this. So learning how to differentiate what is truly how we feel as opposed to what is being pushed on us,
Right.
I think is such a huge moment. One, and just accepting how dope you are as a person. It's like, wait, I'm actually, like, what I think is for me is so cold. Like, what?
Right.
But it also helps you to just feel good about living in free and in your authenticity.
And you know, I have gotten to this place where it's like, why am I even being concerned about anyone having comments about my life? Like, why? You know, the whole thing.
Why?
Stay in your lane.
Cause what?
Why did you step out of your lane into my lane?
And then you gotta ask yourself, and why did I let you step in my lane?
Right. And then why did I tell
toll
you?
free?
Exactly.
Like, you just gonna drive on my toll free?
You're gonna tell me how
Absolutely
to
not.
conduct myself,
Absolutely
and then I'm like,
not.
okay. It doesn't make. And the interesting thing is, I remember people kind of telling me, "Oh, well, you should do this," or "Oh, you shouldn't do that." Okay, but now I'm just like, are you kidding me? This is the fuck what I want to do, and if you have a problem with it, like me cussing on this episode, then maybe find another episode. I'm sorry, but. No, I mean, I definitely, it's just like, I don't understand, like, now when I think about people even speaking into my life and what it is that I should do, maybe you should mind your own business.
No, you know how I feel about speaking life over your own life.
Yes.
Do not let people...
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you. And I'm not trying to be funny and, you know, all hoity-toity, like, very much so you all. Stop letting people speak over your life and you accepting it. Like,
I know, it's Bible. It's like, okay.
Who do you think you are?
Right.
Motherfucker. That's my favorite curse word, by the way, y'all. It's such a
It's
beautiful
like,
word.
don't you have some business to tend to? Why are you all in mine? Like, I feel like
tend to your garden.
Right, like, I
Let me
feel
tend
like
mine. I got this over
if
here. Pull
everyone
your own
else
weeds,
tended
baby.
to their own garden,
If everybody tended to their garden, we
would
would see how
flourish.
beautiful our own garden is. And when you see how beautiful your garden is, it allows you to see how beautiful somebody else's garden is that's so different
And then
from
you guys
yours.
can
It's an
share.
appreciation.
Yes, and then you can share. And then I think another thing as far as like living authentically is to face your fears. So, I used to have anxiety over like just being myself in public because I've been told so many times, you're doing too much, you're doing too much, you're doing too much. Face your fears. If there's something that you feel that honestly, I just want to say, listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. If your heart is telling you to just go ahead and just chill, do it. If your heart is telling you, be you, be true, and be your own self, boo, do it.
So, one of the ways that, how can I say this? One of the ways that we lose our authenticity, you guys, is we start adapting to what other people or society's expectation is. And that's like, domestication. Just like pets. I said it. Sometimes we can feel, we allow ourselves to be domesticated.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
I'm like that.
No, that was me.
I couldn't think of another analogy.
No,
but
that was me. That was me. I had a proverbial leash.
Mm-hmm.
You're in public, you sit down. Shh. Be quiet. Talk when spoken to.
And so, when you think about when we were children, think about people who have children, or just anybody that's been around children. They do not care about other people's opinions or judgments.
Yeah.
Well, as a child, that childlike innocence,
I love kids.
Oh my God.
They're like, man, I'm about to dance right here. I don't care.
I do not care.
I'm about to run around. I don't
They're
care.
not worried about what
No.
anybody else is thinking. So, children allow themselves to live in a moment, and their self-worth was never questioned. But then, as we become adults, our thoughts and the comparisons come in, and they're a little bit stronger. And then there's these fears. And then suddenly, the need to be accepted. That's where, are we going to keep a 100,000 up in here?
That's another reason. Yeah, that's another reason why we don't.
That's why we start.
Yes.
And one of the reasons why we start being inauthentic to ourselves, because of the need or the thought,
desire, the want,
desire to be accepted.
Yep.
By who? By whom? But for whom?
So I will. So
With
as far
whom?
as I can remember, with my ex-husband telling me I was doing too much, I wanted to be accepted by him. I wanted to be loved. And so I felt like, okay, if I can just go out and not act a fool, jump on tables and like tap dance, then I'll be straight. But then it was like life was boring. I was like, this is stupid.
So
Okay.
boring. But see what happens is, and look, and I've done this, like, for real. Now we put our self-worth. This is why it's so important to have authenticity, because then we put our self-worth into the hands of other people's and their opinions or thoughts of us.
Yes.
And do you know how difficult it is to think about this? Just think how stupid this sounds. The way that I see myself and the way that I live my life is based on somebody else's opinion of what I'm doing. Yeah.
Exactly. And now that I think about it,
I'm not doing that. Are you
from
kidding
the space that I'm in now of
Absolutely not.
recognizing who I am, I'm like, why would I even allow anyone to do that?
Like what? What?
That doesn't even make sense.
It makes absolutely
so
no
I'm
sense.
going to change my behavior based on your thoughts. You don't pay bills.
Somebody said, I don't care about I mean, like,
You pay no bills in my household. You don't manage nothing in this house. So why are
the way that I see
Right.
myself is
Yeah.
based on what you.
Nope.
That's crazy.
No more. Bye.
But
No more.
I'm gonna keep it 100,000, you guys. Again, one of the best moments of my life is when I realized that that's what I was doing and I snatched that shit back.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wait a minute.
Give me that back.
What?
And give me that too.
I'm
I'm taking that too.
what Auntie Maxine said, I'm reclaiming my time.
There
I'm
you go.
reclaiming myself. You
Yeah.
have no control over who I am.
No.
Your opinion of me no longer holds higher precedence over the way that I feel about myself.
Right.
Are you serious?
And the funny thing is, once those people who knew that they had that control over you and you switch it up, like you're like, oh, no. They can't handle it. Wait, who is this new Mia? Who is this new Christy?
Oh,
I'm not familiar with this side of her.
said, you know what? I'm so glad you said that. That's when people start saying, you acting funny. Or
Right.
you acting up. Yep, sure am.
I sure am.
I'm acting
You're
the fuck
different.
up. Yes, she
You
is.
expect me to be the same like from 10
I
years
worked
ago?
way too hard. I worked way too hard on myself. I've done too much work on myself to be the same person.
Right. Who do you think you're talking to? Who do you
Do you think you are?
think? Right.
Allow me to reintroduce
Exactly.
myself for real.
For real.
And another thing is when you allow someone else's opinion of you to create an image of you for yourself, this is false self-image. So if someone says you are Christy, this is who you are a dancer. When you're no longer a dancer, that means that now the self-loathing comes in. Because it's like, and you guys, I always say this. It's not or, it's and. I'm this,
Yep.
and this, and this, and this. Is like slash,
Right.
hyphen, or whatever.
Don't box me.
Don't box. You
I cannot be
you
contained.
do not own this. You have no
cannot be
copyright, no
contained.
trademark
Right.
over Mia. You have no copyright or trademark over Christy. I write the definition of who the fuck I am.
Exactly.
You don't. I am who I say I am, not who you say I am.
Yes.
You don't add to this. You don't subtract from this. Like you, all of that. Yes, I am. Period.
Bag of chips
All of that.
and a side of fries.
And if everybody
salad.
feels like that is so beautiful because when you start accepting yourself, you accept others for who they are.
And I feel like
It's
I've
a
just gotten to that
miraculous
point.
thing. It's beautiful. You're like, I'm really okay with this.
I feel like I've just gotten
Like, damn,
there.
I love you. You are people who you would think like, ew, like you are able to see the beauty in who they are because you understand that's Source's design,
Right.
and they are made like that for a reason.
Yep.
And it's beautiful to watch.
It is very beautiful. And I will say that the more that you get to the point where you are feeling comfortable and safe to explore and to express your authentic self, the more you're able to accept people for who they are and where they're coming from.
Wait, hold on. Jill just sent me
With
a
no
text
judgment.
message. She got my ticket. Thanks, Jill.
Thanks, Jill.
Yeah.
Going to Bow Ties and Stilettos. I won't be going, but
It's your chapter. Sorry,
former
you guys.
chapter.
Yeah. I'm trying to be on these streets. Jilly, thank you, boo-boo.
You know, Mia. Look, Mia wants to be in the streets. I want to be in my bed in the books
Wait,
with some weed.
why you wait? What? This is a joke, but it's so funny because Christy knows it. Anybody who knows me, who's listening to knows this truth. I don't go nowhere without a book and a pen and a pad and some paper. I'm gonna be in these streets, but I'm a scribe. I got stuff to write.
He's like, hold on, I gotta write this
I
out.
gotta write this out real quick.
Excuse me, I need to go to the bathroom.
Where's your restroom?
On the toilet, getting down low.
Mia, your drinks here? Yeah. I'll be right there. Hold on.
I'll be right back. I got some messages coming
Something
through.
coming through.
Spirit's talking to me.
Thanks, Jill. Okay. But seriously, you guys, that, oh, wait. So, keep going, Christy. Because I didn't want to cut you off.
Oh, no, sorry. You're good. I'm done.
One of the other things that I was just thinking about, in terms of being inauthentic or living, not living authentically, is that, you know how you always feel like, how some people feel like they have to be right no matter what.
Right? I don't care.
Girl,
you can be.
This
it's
perfectionism.
Fine. So I am a recovering perfectionist. I mean, I'll just say I'm a work in progress. But I've gotten to the point where I'm like, you know what? I don't care.
But you know what it all comes back to? I know. Let me tell y'all something. Prepare to be sick of me. Because I'm going to be talking about self-love and self-worth a whole lot. Because when I tell you, everything flows from that. When you have a low sense of self-worth, that's when insecurity comes in.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. When I say everything flows from just like loving on yourself, I feel like I'm so cold. Like, oh my, the coldest motherfucker you know, I'm the coldest motherfucker they know. Mm-hmm. Like when you feel about that about yourself, oh, it's amazing. Yeah. So when the insecurities make you want to live up to something that's not you.
Right.
Because you're looking for someone to feed that ego. Like, tell me, give it to me. Tell me I'm right.
Well,
tell
and
me
that's
I'm
really
good.
interesting too, because I'm gonna say that the more that I feel like this is encompassed by like so many different things, but the more that I've gone through my healing journey and I've lived my authentic self, like authentically, the less I'm concerned about what anyone does outside of me. You're gonna do whatever you're gonna do. Mm-hmm. So if you want to go out there and cheat, I'm not about to stress over it.
You're gonna do it anyway. You're gonna do it anyway.
I'm not about to lose sleep because Mama loves her sleep. So you're gonna do whatever you're gonna do. I'm still gonna function however I function. I love me. I am dope. Whatever. Go ahead and have it. But I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
And then when we're trying to,
you gotta speak truthfully too.
Oof.
You know how many clients, I'm sure you've had this too, how many clients and their throat chakras are not balanced?
Shut down.
Or just like not even like.
No. Shut down. Yeah.
And think about it, like, so there was a client that I was working with, and I said the really crazy thing is no one else is doing this but you. You are not allowing yourself to be your authentic self. You're doing this to yourself.
Okay, wait. You know what? Wait, let's break down real quick. So we talk about what it means to live your authentic self, but what is your authentic self? Like, your truest, most...
like the essence of who you are. Like who is the essence of you?
Yes.
Like when I think of like Mia, who is the essence of Mia? If you had like the grains of sand in between your fingertips of what the essence of Mia represented, what would those grains of sand be?
I love that. You know what? And this is another reason why you surround yourself with people who see you and who are here and have your back and want to see you thrive. So when you have real friends around you who know you and see the beauty in you, things like this will happen where you're out someplace or you see you can see an outfit, you can see a car, a home, and when someone is their authentic self around you, a friend, a family member, you can identify like, oh my God,
I should like this.
Christy would love this. This is so
Mia
Christy.
does that all the time.
I mean, because it's true.
So, like, she's
when you're out and you're like, this is so this person, just because, and it's something. It's always something beautiful. Like sometimes people will be shady and be like, oh, I saw this palace shit that I thought about you. Thinking of you.
Right. And I'm supposed to like be okay with that, but no.
So sometimes the way that I think it's such a an expression of love for someone, when you see something beautiful and you think of someone and say, oh, this is so them. That's
Mia is so good at doing that.
like,
you're really good at doing that.
Thank you. I didn't even know.
She was like, oh my gosh, I thought about you. This is so perfect. I'm like, oh my god, it is. How did you know?
But because when you allow yourself to be authentic in front of people, that natural essence of who you are, that innate, and show it to, it's like, now
I agree.
You can't unsee it. So the people who are around you, when they see something that mirrors or matches the beauty of who someone is, like, you can't help it. Like, oh my god.
Anytime you see something pink or like very feminine, that's Mia. Anytime you see like trees.
What the hot did you hear that?
I think that sound like fireworks. I don't know. Are they starting early?
Christy?
You guys, you know we're in Chicago.
Christy Renee. Let me tell you what I'm not doing 3 months of fireworks. I can't. Guys, let me tell y'all something about little Beirut. From Memorial Day.
Yeah, it usually starts around Memorial Day.
Through July 4th. When I tell you, fireworks.
It seems like it kind of goes past July 4th.
It does a little bit. But I mean, like, it's definitely a good full month of...
Yeah.
And then July 4th is just, like, you literally just smell smoke through the whole city.
My poor puppy, he doesn't like it.
That's
why he started sleeping with me.
Wait. I wish y'all could see how high I twisted my mouth up to my ears. Like, I literally kissed my earlobe. Like, that's why he started. You just wanted that baby to sleep with you. He's so good.
No, I was really trying. I was really keeping him outside of the room.
Why? He's so cute and cuddly.
I know. But then with the fireworks, like, it became too much. And so he slept better in my room. So I was like, okay, well, you sleep, I sleep. So I'm not look, we're both about to sleep.
We both about to sleep.
Right.
Sorry guys. Sorry, we get a little okay. Sorry.
But no, like for you, like anything, like Mia's very feminine and very pink, and like she has about 1,000 types of wine glasses. I'm like, here, you want a glass? I got one glass, one with a stem, one without, and I got a plastic cup. Which one would you like? Because for me, it's alcohol, or look, it's gonna do its thing regardless of what it's in. But Mia is all about like the aesthetic. I don't care about that, but I know this. She knows it's true.
This is a white wine.
But that's So if I go and I see something like very feminine and fluffy,
it is true. No,
I'm like, I'm so very like minimal. Look, you can give me the bottle. Just unscrew the top. I will drink it. I don't care. I really don't. Mia's like, what kind of glass? Not. And I'll ask her.
Absolutely not.
She comes to my house. I'm like, look, I only got one choice. Stemless. I might have one stem, but stemless. Mia's like, what would you like? Stemless? Or with the stem? Or would you like gradiated pink? Or would you like iridescent crystal? But it's true. But I love that about you because then you
happy.
I know, but I love that about you because it does make her happy. And then for me, I'm like, oh, well, maybe I need to look at some stemware too. Psych! No, I'm giving you this plastic cup.
Please, let me tell you something. I always feel at home in Chrissy's home. I swear, it's like when you walk into Chrissy's home, it's like you're walking into an apothecary.
She's being very
No, seriously. She got all the treats, all the what you need. What's ailing you? With all the herbs. What is that? No, you need this. Okay, yes, give me that. Come on, give me that.
Look,
give me all of that.
Root. I got some cherry root. What you need? You need some calendula for your skin. I got some
Look,
straight
I'm like, I don't know what you just said, but whatever you said, that sounds good. I trust you. No, guys. So, and that's the beautiful thing about when you are authentically who you are.
Yeah.
The people who are around you, they just, how sometimes we feel like, man, I wish. Oh my goodness, this is so real. I'm gonna say because I'm going through this right now. You know how when you're around somebody, you're like, I wish you could see me. You know what I mean? You want somebody to see who you are. And sometimes we need to hold ourselves accountable. Can they see you? Because have they even seen you?
Right.
Or have you been giving them a...
Woo! That part.
I need to... Okay, I'm done.
You're
signing off.
Look how
I'm signing off. I'm done. I need to go meditate on that for a minute, y'all. Because I just checked myself.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so here's a question. So, do you think shadow work can help you live more authentically?
Ooh. Okay. I'm a big fan of shadow work.
Me too. It's all necessary, folks. Don't
really,
avoid it.
But can I say this? So when we think about shadow work, we're thinking like, oh my God, this is so terrible, it's so hard. But after allowing myself, instead of looking at like, let me see my dark side of myself, allowing myself to see the fullness of who I am, it's almost like when I was allow myself to see what we'll call the dark side of myself, it allowed me to see the lightness in the light in me. Mm-hmm. When I'm trying to deny a piece of me, it allows me not to see another piece of me.
There you go.
Because our body's always going to find the balance. So if I go, the deeper and the darker I go, the higher and the lighter I go within myself. So to me, shadow work is dope. And then I'm kind of like, I'm a cold motherfucker. And it's not because of the light part of me. It's because of that dark part. What we call dark. But, I'll say it again. Anything you want to grow has to go in the dark for a second. It needs light and dark. Yep. A seed goes in the darkness of the soil before it sprouts out to come.
Sure does.
All you do is you're watering and you're putting elements in the darkness. Otherwise, it won't grow. Mm-hmm. And so, when I realized how dope it is down there in that darkness, whew, the light is just beautiful.
Yeah. And I will say that now that I'm starting to embrace more of the dark side, because I think from my first relationship, that was just... the first relationship made me default to just everything positive. Positive, positive, positive. That meme where it's like the dog is sitting in front of the laptop and the background is in fire. Oh, everything is fine.
Everything's fine.
But it's not. So I've
sis.
moved out of that. I mean, I will say that I do default more to like the cup is half full, more positive. But I am also learning to embrace the darkness and the shadow piece. And I don't think that I would have been able to do that had I not really faced the shadow part. But that embracing the whole, because there is no duality, so embracing that whole unity between the light and the dark has allowed me to live more authentically.
And that makes sense. Let's be honest. It does take some courage to be ourselves.
A lot of courage. Selves. A lot.
Can I say give me a second
say
to
it.
just...
You don't even have to ask. Just say it.
How crazy does that fucking sound to say it takes courage to be yourself?
I know. Right?
That's embarrassing.
Very embarrassing.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, now that I think about it, I'm like, why would I even listen to what anyone would have to say about me? And why would I even change what I do based off of what someone would have to say about my life?
Girl. Like think about it for a second. And so you guys were saying this, and this is not judgmental. It's just like once you really just think about it for a second, it's like, wait, for real? I totally allowed someone else's opinions or thought to
change the way I flow.
Change the way I feel about myself? Absolutely not.
No more.
That's not going to happen.
No.
So how do you know when you are start being authentic?
That's a really great question. So for me, it's like I feel safe. I mean, you brought it up. You said safe, and to me that completely resonated. I feel safe to just be.
Now, so let's talk about that. Because I hear a lot of people talk about I don't... This is not a judgment, but I need to say it. Yeah. What I'm saying. Oftentimes when I talk to clients, they say, I don't feel safe in this space to be who I am. And oftentimes what I'm teaching is except for when someone is actually hurting you. I'm just saying mentally and emotionally. Oftentimes, our perception of feeling safe is based on how we feel about ourselves. No one is going to make me feel unsafe to be who the fuck I am, because your opinion does not count.
Right.
But it takes us a minute to understand that, I don't feel safe because I'm allowing someone else to have control over how I feel about me.
Yeah.
And as soon as that clicks, you're like, wait,
Right. It's like,
wait, what? What am I doing right?
Sense.
The math ain't mathing.
Right.
You trying
one
to tell
is not
me
carrying over.
You're trying to tell me 1 + 1 is 3, and sir, when I put this finger with this finger and I count, that's 2. But you said it's 3. No, ma'am, absolutely not.
Yeah.
So oftentimes it's so difficult for us to hold ourselves accountable. I'm tripping because even me saying that out loud sounds crazy.
Yeah.
It's difficult for us to hold ourselves accountable for how we think about ourselves.
Exactly.
And when I say the programming has been
It really is a program. And
it's been deep.
And we've said this in other episodes, it all starts with you. So if you're looking for love yourself
in
first.
all the wrong places.
Right. You want to be with someone who's authentic, be authentic your damn self first.
I don't chase, I attract.
You attract.
Why
Because
do I
you are
feel
going
like,
to
why
attract.
do I feel like I'm like the Reels audio tab?
Let me see what else she can come up with.
Right.
So because we're almost at an hour mark.
Really?
I know, isn't that crazy? So what would you say are the benefits of living authentically?
Okay, there's a few things. One, you understand your role, your place in this universe. It's like you're more purpose driven.
And power.
And your power.
And your power.
One of the other benefits is you're not interested in fitting in.
I don't give a fuck. That's another thing too. I don't care.
I don't give a fuck about none of this shit.
I don't care. Like
you're not interested in being something that you're not. It doesn't even come up. It's not even a thing.
No, I'm good.
And another one would be, I would say, is you have such a high level of love and respect for yourself.
Yes. And honestly, think about that. That is a vibration that you are now embodying, which is now going out into the space around you, which is now allowing you to attract those things that you desire because your vibration is at a higher, it's at a higher level.
And think about it. It basically embodies, when you're authentic to yourself, it embodies every part of your life.
Every part.
With so much
Good,
love. So
bad,
every decision
indifferent.
that you make is from your authentic self. So it's a good decision.
Right. Yep.
Any sacrifice that you are making is from a good place because you're being authentic to yourself.
Yep.
And then I'm here we go again. Prepare to be sick of me. Sick of me. All from self-love.
Exactly. And then honestly, you sleep better at night.
Ooh.
You sleep better when it's like, you know what, man, I did nothing but I was just
me.
I was just being.
And I'm tired and I'm going to go rest.
You don't have to take the mask off at night. Ooh. You don't have to wake up and put the mask on. You can just, there is just a sense of freedom and liberation once you decide, or choose, I should say.
Ooh, choose.
To live authentically.
I love that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Ooh, man, it took me a while to get here, but I will say that just a reminder to you guys, there's no one else like you. You were created for this time and for this space for a purpose. Do not be afraid to be you. Because there's no one else like you. People around you, the world needs you. The world needs your humor. The world needs your candor. The world needs your essence. Remember that I was talking about Mia's essence and those grains of sand just in between the fingertips? The world needs that.
Oh, I love
there's a reason why we're all made so uniquely and individually.
Like,
so
no,
embrace
like,
that.
So we literally rob the world of who we are when we are trying to be something that we're not.
And we're self-sabotaging ourselves too.
Yes. We so cold. Why would you want to be something? Let me tell you something. When you
Cold.
man, hey, it makes absolutely no sense.
It makes no sense, you
to
guys.
try to be something that you're not.
That's
Because
right.
when you really love yourself and start liking yourself, you really don't want to be anything else.
But
Like,
you.
I'm dead. I'm so serious. And the fact that I have to say, I hope this doesn't sound egotistical, because some people will take this.
Who
as
cares?
I know, but I want people to feel. I do want people to feel comfortable to hear the message, because I want them to be authentic to yourself. There is nothing like waking up in the morning, walking through my life, and knowing for a fact there is not one motherfucker on this earth, narrow
like you.
one, that I would rather be.
Right.
Like, nothing. I name one. I don't want that.
So
I
it's
want
funny.
this.
So okay, so this is funny. So it seems like our posts this week have been kind of similar on the same
Yes.
page about like self-love
Yes.
and about like. So I had posted this thing about oh, you're so full of yourself, and it's like, well, who am I supposed to be full of?
Beyonce.
Beyonce? Like, who are you supposed to be full of? Like, the fact that someone even has a... Why would you even
You're so
comment?
full of yourself. Thank you.
Yes.
Girl, that's a compliment. Thank you. Oh, I am? Oh, my goodness. Thank you so
I was
much.
full of somebody else. I thought I was full of shit.
I'm about to throw
Oh, my gosh.
Y'all, I'm throwing the bottle at her. I'm done. She gotta go.
Man, I'm full of me?
Me?
Oh, my goodness.
Woo!
Yes,
Thank
finally.
you so much.
Right,
Finally. Absolutely.
Y'all, be full of yourself. Live authentically. Be you. Be true.
And be honest with yourself.
Be honest.
Radically honest. Radical honesty with you, about you.
Yes. This was good. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I've just gotten into this space too, like the last 2 years or so. You guys, there is so much freedom and liberation that is in this space to just be authentically you. And the people outside of that, who the fuck cares what they have to say? It's your life.
And you know what?
And you're living it.
And I just said this to my daughter about I was just telling her that in this life, people will come and go. I said there will be a time when mommy's no longer here, and you're still going to be who you are. The most important relationship that you will ever have in your life is the one that you have with yourself.
Facts.
So, no, I am never going to allow you to disrespect yourself. I'm not. That's my job as a mommy, to remind you that we're not doing that. But the reason that I am going to always be on you about that in particular is because you cannot run from yourself. Let me tell you something. I have tried. She's a runner. No, seriously.
Yeah, Mia is a track star.
I have actually tried to run away from myself. All-American.
All-American? Yeah.
She
is a track star.
No, I have seriously tried. It does not work. It's always going to come back. So you might as well just turn around and face yourself. And let me tell you, the thing is, when you finally do, you're like, wait a minute. Was I running from this beautiful, wonderful, amazing ass meanness that is the me, the essence
that no
of
one
me
else can have but me?
But me? What?
Right.
We have to, man, look. I'm trying to tell everybody, love on yourself. Speak it. See it. Yes, that part too. Ooh, you think that's the bad part, baby? That ain't nothing. Come on.
Every time I walk past a mirror, I make it a point to say, you know what? You're dope.
Yo.
I like you. You look good. You look cute.
Look, seriously, you guys. I'm not. It's actually kind of dope. I wake up in the morning. I get up. Go to my bathroom. Look in the mirror. I'm like, I fuck with you. You hot. It's like, hey girl.
You the girl.
Hey girl.
Hey boo.
We back. Guess who's back?
Right. Another day.
Another day to be me.
we have temple work for today?
I actually do. So you guys, we have some temple work this week.
Temple work.
Since we're talking about being our authentic self, and this is something I may have done in the past, but you know, we learn and we grow. So who we are is a little bit different. So this is what I want to do. This is what I want you to do. Call, text, or however it is that you guys communicate with 3 people that you know got your back. It could be your mama, a friend, a husband, a wife, a sister, a cousin, whomever that you know sees you sometimes even when you can't see yourself. I ask them, if you could tell me the number one thing when you think of me, what comes to mind? And I want you to write those things down and start to, sometimes it's so difficult for us to do, so we have to reach for people who really love us. And we know who really loves us. Mm-hmm. These are the people that you don't have to be anything else but who you are. These are the people who remind you that no matter what's going on, that you are dope, that they love you. Reach out to 3 of those people. Hell, and if you got more, I say do more and write this down. Because sometimes people can see the light, the love, the beauty, the strength, and the courage in us that we can't see. So I'm inviting us all to reach out to someone and ask them what it is that they see, someone that loves you. And then you write this down, and then we're going to take some time and take that one point someone says, you're the strongest person I know. You know what I mean? Like, that can be so many different things. Mm-hmm. What does that mean to you? Does that resonate with you? And it's like, I want us to start stepping into ourselves and seeing ourselves and telling our own stories. Mm-hmm. And if we have to start with people that we love who see us and help us to start our stories, let's start there. When someone else who loves you and sees you and sees your true authenticity, sees you, what do they see? Ask them. And yes, we're fishing. It's not for a compliment. We're fishing for the truth. Mm-hmm. And we're fishing for, that's why you got to surround yourself with good people. I'm telling you. I just want to know, what makes me me? When you think of me, what do you see? And then think about, do you see that too? And expand on that. And take it, minimally 3. Take these 3 things, write them down in your journals, and start to expand on it and see, what do you see in yourself based on what it is that you've been told. Is that real for you? Or are you like, hell no, that's not who I am? Because let me tell you this, 1 or 2 things are going to happen, and both of them are beautiful. Especially when you're speaking to people who you know fuck with you, right? Mm-hmm. 1 or 2 things are going to happen. You're going to say, oh my goodness, I'm out here fake as hell. Because if that's the one thing they think of when they see me, that is so not who I am. What's going to happen is, it's going to say to you, it's time for me to start being truthful to who I am. Or the other thing that's going to happen is, that's exactly who I've always wanted to be. That's exactly who I've always thought I could be, but I didn't know if someone else could see it in me. And we'll lean into it a little bit more. No matter what it is, we will have a little bit more clarity and understanding of who we are and what the energy is that we're putting out. Because sometimes we might know who we are, but we don't know what energy it is that we're putting out into the world. So is what people are receiving what and who you really are. So that's your temple work for the week, y'all.
That's good.
See me, see you, see me, see me.
Yeah, no, I was gonna, the interesting thing is, what prompted me to see myself is when my second ex-husband, couldn't see himself. And he made a comment. He was like, I feel like I don't know who I am. And when he said that actually trickled down to, okay, so if you don't know who you are, and I've been laying next to you for the last 12, 11 years, and I don't know who you are, well, then who the fuck am I? Like, who's on first? Who was on first? So, yeah, But it's a beautiful story.
Wait, why did I was we were talking about this event, and I told Jilly, I said we we're talking about, she's like, girl, it's a lot of beautiful men. I said, well, baby, send the healed ones this way.
Hello. Not the ones that need it.
The healed ones, the one who see them. I don't care what you look like. Let me tell you what's sexy AF. A healed person. Shit. Someone who done took some time to know who they are. That is so damn sexy to me.
It really is. It really is. But I will say this too, and
That's
I mean,
sexy.
I'm coming from a different perspective too. So I'm coming from the perspective, or I'm coming from the situation where the person that I'm with is starting to see who they are, and that I find that sexy too.
Oh my gosh,
Like they're
amazing.
like starting to open up, like fuck this. I'm like, okay, you're starting to realize,
Look.
you're starting to see some things,
Wow.
right? It's like, don't have me pull out them
You
pills.
better. Like, yeah, I'm kicking Christy out. She's
not. I'm here.
She said, boy, you better stop playing.
Right. But no, that's good. So you guys make sure to do that temple work. Okay.
What's our crystal of the week?
The crystal of the week is turquoise. We've talked about turquoise before.
Bring it on.
So turquoise combines water, wind, fire, and earth energies, which is all
Such beautiful.
balanced.
I love it.
You need to be balanced. In order to live authentically, you have to be balanced. And it enhances one's ability, or your ability, to perceive the desperate aspects of self and to integrate those aspects into cohesive whole. And as you move along the spiritual path, turquoise can also sometimes be tempting to try to get rid of the traits of self that do not appear to be enlightened. But turquoise reminds us that all parts of the self reflect aspects of the divine self. Turquoise also represents the wisdom that comes from all life's experiences. It is an ancient grandfather ally. It reminds us that wholeness can only come when we are willing to embrace the totality of who we are and what we have learned on our earth walk. So the affirmation for this crystal is, from my heart and my wholeness, I speak my truth with clarity, certainty, and love.
You guys, turquoise is such a beautiful stone.
It really is. Just make sure it's not dyed howlite.
Facts. That's real talk. I'm so glad you said that. Turquoise is for, I even hate saying Native Americans. It's just so rude. Like,
Indigenous peoples.
thank you. A lot of our indigenous people here in North America, part of their practice has a lot. They use a lot of turquoise. It's such a powerful and strong stone. I love turquoise. I think and not knowing, when I think about way back in the day, turquoise is one of the first stones that I had in jewelry.
Really?
And amethyst. I didn't know what I was doing. I just thought it was beautiful. It's like, oh, it's it's so pretty. But now I'm like, yeah.
I had a turquoise
something
pendulum that I really, really liked. It broke.
Like turquoise pendulum.
It was one of the round ones with the point on the bottom. It was and it worked like a it was really good. It broke. I know.
You're like, ooh, it was working. The fingers, like, you're like,
it was like, ooh, but it broke. But
I like turquoise.
Turquoise is a beautiful crystal to work with. So, message of the day.
You guys, I kind of said it earlier. But let me get into it. So, when living authentically, right? One of the last things is, when we think about manifesting and what it is that we're attracting in our lives, when you are living authentically, the energy that you are putting out into the world is truly authentic to what your soul, your heart, your emotions, your spirit truly needs. When we're living inauthentically and we wonder why it is that what's coming into our life doesn't feel good, it doesn't fit, it's not for me, is because we're being inauthentic. Even though what we're speaking and saying, I'm manifesting ABC into my life, but I'm getting DEF, is because what you are living is DEF. When we embody ourselves, when we embody our authenticity and the love that is us, and that's how we walk through earth, and we walk through this time, and we walk through this space, we attract that. So, and it, no shade at all, when you look at the people around you, your life, when you wake up in the morning and look around your world, is that what it is that you feel is authentic to you? Do you feel good about that? Do you feel like it doesn't resonate with you? That's all you, because to be quite honest with everyone, everything that's in your life right now, you created. Mm-hmm. So if you feel like it doesn't fit with you, that means you haven't been authentic. So we all have, so many guides, teachers, our spiritual leaders. If you listen to what I was talking about, there's such a grand awakening that's happening with so many people in our world right now, because we are entering a different timeline. We're walking into a different dimension. And so we're all playing our role in that. One of the biggest pieces of this, because as you live authentically, and it's real talk, it's like turning on your light, you turn on somebody else's light. When everybody around you see you living in your authenticity, you being who you are, happy, healthy, wealthy, abundant, joyful, everybody's gonna be like, well, goddamn, how can I get some of that? And what you start teaching is not get like me, be you.
Right.
Be the best you. Be the dope you. That's a different lesson. I'm not trying to tell anybody like you need to do it like I did it. I would be pulling people. We would be telling people so much, sending them off in another direction for telling them to be like who we are. We're saying is no. This is how you discover who you are and to live this space in this time. So you guys, be in love with you. All of you. All of the flaws, the ups, the downs, the scars, the lessons, the blessings. It's so damn dope. And when you allow yourself to truly feel that, you understand, damn, it really is nobody else like me out here. It's kind of cold.
Yep. So
get there, you guys. And that's what we're here for too, to help you guys along the way. Mm-hmm. So thank you for listening to us.
Yes, thank you.
Two Queens and Crystal Things, guys. We are rebranding.
We are.
And we talked about this a few months ago, about us doing a retreat. This COVID thing keeps going back and forth, so I'm over it. So right before we started recording today, we talked about what it is that we want to a workshop. Mm-hmm. We're doing some workshops and some retreats. Mm-hmm. We're excited.
Let us know on Instagram, or let us know on our page if you would be interested, or if you'd be down to join us.
I'm so excited and happy, joyful to offer some things for our listeners. So thank you guys. Make sure you follow us at Two Queens Crystal Things on IG. We are actually in the process of posting all of our episodes on YouTube, and we're going to start putting all the episodes on YouTube, and we are also working on a Patreon page. There's a lot happening. We have a lot of things to offer.
And for those of you who are listening to our episodes, there should be a link that allows you to support the show. You can buy us. It says buy us coffee. You can buy us.
But we really buy
us wine. Whatever the case may be. Because we this is our third episode. No, this is
Season.
our third season, and
Yeah, we have like, what is this, 80?
it takes time.
Wait,
Like
hold
this,
on. How many episodes do we have? No, for real. Let me look.
even, I mean, we do this, of course, because we know that it helps you guys,
It's
but
dope.
I mean, and we love doing this work. It does take time, and it does take some of our resources, but we love doing it, so we have never asked or wanted any support other than just following our Instagram page, which is free. But we are opening up other sources because we have had people offline send us wine or send us money, Cash App us. So
Like, seriously. And it's so appreciative because at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you why it's dope, is because money is energy.
sure.
So, time is energy. Sending something to somebody is energy. So that's a return of energy to what it is that we're doing. So if one person thinks that what it is that we're doing deserves an energy return, we're so grateful.
Right.
Like, real talk. I'm not even trying to be funny.
Yeah. I mean, if you all are getting something out of this podcast, which we feel based on the, metrics that we've seen, that some of you are getting something.
Somebody like it.
Somebody likes it. If you want to send us a love offering or support us in some way, we appreciate it. And support us in some way can even be liking the Instagram, sharing our posts, liking our personal pages, like Mia's page, Wings Unleashed 444, or my page, Christy R. Edwards. I mean, those are ways that you can support us. It doesn't have to be monetary. Share, follow, subscribe. Those are ways that you can support Two Queens and Crystal Things. So we just really appreciate you all's love. We appreciate your presence. We appreciate your good energy and the vibes that you put out there. We appreciate your questions. If you all have any questions for the queens, please send us those questions. But again, thank you. So much
It
gratitude.
will be our 2-year anniversary this year, right? Is it 2 years or 3
It
years?
should be 3.
Wait, are you?
Because season 3. We're in season 3.
Wait, hold on.
Right?
Wait. No, 2 years. Because we started.
Is
The
it
first
two-
episode was July 3rd, 2020. It was Jay's birthday.
Oh, okay. My bad.
No, but
The math
we
ain't
did do
mathin'.
3. So it's math. So you guys, this has
That's
actually
crazy.
been such a joy for us, and we appreciate it.
Man, you guys, this is the highlight out of my week.
Man, real talk.
Which I don't want to say that it should tell you, how my week goes. But no, this is something that we both look forward to. We talk about.
Yes, we plan.
We do.
We got a lot on our plate, and it's fun and enjoyable. And thank you.
Yes, we do. Thank you. So, light, peace, love,
And so until next week, you guys.
Bye, you guys.
Love you.